Hey guys, good morning. It's early. I don't usually talk to anybody at this time in the morning, but I'm a creature of habit. I basically eat the same thing for breakfast every day. But I do want to show you what I do with my creamer for my coffee. If you don't know, Whole30, you can't have dairy. So you got to get a little bit creative. So I use almond milk, about a cup of almond milk. And then I just put the tiniest bit of ghee in there. I actually measured it out and it came out to 2 grams. So 2 grams of ghee per 1 cup of almond milk. And then I just get this little milk frother and then mix it up real good. And that just gives your milk like a nice creamy, milk dairy texture without the dairy. Ghee is dairy free, so yeah, it's good stuff. It sounds weird, but you should try it. Then over here, I just have my usual breakfast, which is eggs, almond butter, and banana. This is 1 egg and then 4 servings of egg white. People ask what I did with the yolks, and I just used the egg white container and it's 4 servings of that. But yeah, good morning. Welcome to the vlog. This is number 2, I guess, if I'm counting. I'm gonna take you through a chest workout today, and I have some clients to train, and I'm gonna wake up a little bit and drink some coffee and see ya in a bit. Very rainy and cold today, and it is killing my motivation, but we gotta do things anyways. Life goes on. So I want to show you how I make my salsa chicken. I'm getting ready to leave for the gym, and I don't want to cook a protein when I get home, so I'm gonna put the crock pot stuff together now so that it'll be ready by the time I get home from the gym and training and all that. So super easy. Got my crock pot here. Got my chicken. Just gonna dump that in. And oh man, I can open my own jars. Jar of salsa. You can use any salsa you want. I feel like I need a little bit more, so I'm gonna use like a jar and a half. Go. A little bit of salt. You can always salt it more later if you want to. You can't take away the salt, but you can always add, so don't overdo it before you can taste it. Just gonna mix it up a little bit. Put that on high, and done. Salsa chicken. Very simple way to cook chicken. This will give me a couple days worth probably, or maybe a little bit more, but that is it. Gotta get ready for the gym, even though it's cold outside and I don't really want to move and just want to snuggle with my dog in bed. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Off to the gym we go, through the rain, with lack of motivation. Ooh. So beautifully cold, which if you don't live in California, you probably think I'm crazy. I think it is cold. It's like 40 something. Also, so to work out for free at the gym that I train at, you have to wear 1 piece of their clothing, and I chose a hat because that counts, but my head is so small, and so it just makes my ears like kind of pop out. It's not a great look for me, but whatever. Time to work out. Alright, so today is a chest, tricep, and shoulder day. I'm doing about 4 sets with a rep range between 8 to 12. And I honestly wanted to do more dumbbell work this workout, but the dumbbell area was in use, so a lot of my chest exercises are compound exercises and cable. But this is just a regular bench press. I did 12 reps at 155 for 4 sets. After this, I moved over to the incline bench press, which really hits the upper chest. Generally, people are weaker with the incline bench press, so this is 115 for 12. It really fatigues me a lot quicker when I'm doing the incline bench press. It's actually kind of surprising to see how much weaker it is just, putting an incline into there. Again, I'm doing everything with a rep range between 8 to 12 because my goal is hypertrophy, and that is the optimal rep range for muscle growth. This is a low cable crossover, and this also targets the upper chest. You really want to make sure to squeeze at the top of this exercise. That way you get the best contraction out of each rep. Depending on what part of the chest you want to hit, you could also do just a regular crossover. You can do a high to low crossover. Cables are kind of awesome for being able to do different variations with a lot of different isolation movements. I really wanted to get over the dumbbell area, but it was still in use. So after this one, I moved over to the overhead press. And this is a strict overhead press. I took my hat off because I always hit myself. I always hit the bill of my hat because I get so close to my forehead. But you want to keep your core engaged here, squeeze your glutes, and don't let your back arch. I only did 8 reps here because it started getting a bit heavy, and I would prefer to have good form than arch my back and kind of break my form a bit. I think this is only 95 pounds. And my shoulders were already fatigued, so I only did 8 reps. After that, I went over to the cables once again and started doing a lateral raise with the cables. You might notice that I have a slight tilt towards the arm that I'm using. I'm kind of bracing myself with my left arm and kind of tilting over just to get that side delt to work a little bit more, and then I just switch sides from there. I like to make sure I hit every side of the shoulder when I'm working on my shoulders. So I've already hit the front delt with the bench press, hit the side delts with the lateral raises, and now this is for the rear delt. I like to call this the lawnmower exercise, like you're starting a lawnmower. But this one is for the rear delt in particular. I probably could have gone lighter. I can tell I'm engaging my traps a little bit here, but yeah, the idea is a rear delt, and then I just switch sides. After I was done with my shoulders, I moved over to the triceps, and this is just a tricep push down. Feet shoulder width apart, try to keep your elbows stationary, and then you just want to pull the rope, kind of like you're trying to stick it into your pockets, and really gets that contraction down at the bottom. This is one of my favorite exercises. Also, I want to say that the mirror is not only a way to be vain, it's also a way to check your form. So don't be afraid to look at yourself in the mirror when you're working out. This is a tricep or a lane tricep extension, and I like this because it's easier on the elbows than a regular skull crusher, but you also get a better stretch in that long head of your tricep. It is a bit of an awkward movement at first, but I guarantee you're gonna feel your tricep burning after a few reps of this. So you can't really go too heavy with these. I recommend starting at a lower weight than you might think you need to start at. You don't want to tweak your shoulder. After this, I did one more exercise, and that was just regular old dumbbell lateral raises, because I'm really trying to bring out my side delts because I feel like they're lagging and I just want to hit them more often. I'm still front delt dominant, so I just kind of want to aesthetically even things out a bit. Alright, so that wraps up this workout. Hopefully you found it helpful, and thank you for watching. Crock-pot salsa chicken is done. Now I just gotta shred it. I just shred this up with 2 forks. And you can tell it's done because it shreds very easily. It's nice and tender. It's very moist. I hate that word. Everyone hates that word, but it's true. So see how it's just fallen right apart? That means it's perfect. Then at this point, you can give a little taste, add some salt or whatever you need to. But other than that, it's done. All right, finally back from the gym / work, and I'm starving. So I'm gonna get cooking. I've got some chopped green cabbage here that I'm just gonna saute real quick. And then I have got some pre-roasted sweet potato that I'm also gonna saute real quick. I have to hurry because I have a therapy appointment very soon. Therapy for my brain and my anxiety brain, you know, because therapy is important, kids. You should go to therapy. Everyone should do it. It's great. But this is gonna be the shortest food porn segment you have probably ever seen, but that's okay. We're just gonna do it. So here it is. Here's lunch. Chicken, sweet potatoes, sauteed green cabbage, and water, and Carly. Hi, Carly. Gonna say hi to YouTube? I know. She just needs all the attention. She's like a really clingy girlfriend, but cuter. Huh? Aren't you? Yes. Anyways, I'm gonna eat my food because I have therapy very soon. And I'll see you at the next meal. All right, it's dinner time. Therapy session is over. This dinner is very quick, kind of like the last meal and the last dinner I did, so I figured I would just cook it real time again and have a little chat at the same time. First, I want to show you kind of what I did here. I'll show you my mise en place. So, for my mise en place, we've got minced garlic, chopped cilantro, cabbage, and some of these sweet mini peppers right here. There's cabbage. And then some leftover ground turkey from last night's dinner. So that's already seasoned with curry powder. It's all basically ready to go. It's gonna be super quick. So on that note, I'll just get started with heating up my pan and start cooking. Okay, so first things first, choose an oil. I'm choosing coconut oil this time. And, you know, just like I said before, I tend to use olive oil for things like salad dressings and salads, things that are cold. The smoke point of olive oil is a bit low, so it's easy to burn. Coconut oil is a little higher. Ghee is actually a lot higher, has a lot higher smoke point even than coconut oil, but I'm going with coconut at this time. And yeah, so I'm just gonna start with that. The downside is that you have to scoop it out with a spoon, and this is Costco size, so you basically have to stick your whole hand in there. Just gotta fist that coconut oil. Sex joke. Yeah. Don't forget, if you have a cast iron skillet, you want one of these silicone handles because it gets hot. So this is ready. If you could see, We got some nice streaks in the, streaks in the pan. Amateur hour, what's up? Going for the peppers, since these will take the longest to cook. And then when you drop something, make sure you have a vacuum cleaner nearby. They're really good at picking up any dropped food scraps. Huh. You want that pepper, don't you? Go get it. Yep. Alright. So something that's been on my mind, I may or may not have talked to my therapist about a good hour ago. So I've been pushing myself a lot lately when it comes to getting outside my comfort zone, pushing myself basically into anxiety, because the shitty part about anxiety is that the more you avoid it, the worse it gets. So I'm really trying to push myself right now. You know, it's one of my main goals of 2020 is to keep pushing myself outside of that comfort zone. And I've been pushing myself so hard lately that I've had a lot of discomfort, a lot of awkward moments, a lot of moments where I'm kind of like, what am I doing? A lot of moments where I feel like I just suck because it's new and I'm learning, and having so many moments of not feeling good enough, feeling like I'm sucking what I'm doing. I'm not really allowing myself the space to learn and be like, yo, it's okay, you're new at this, you're getting outside your comfort zone, you're doing what you need to do. Gonna add a little bit of salt. So in that time, my flight response has switched on very, very high. And when that comes on, it kind of makes me nervous because I'm afraid to quit. I'm afraid to actually run away from the situation, because I have before, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep pushing myself forward. And like that comes with anything in life. Things tend to get harder before they get easier or better. So I'm trying to keep that in mind. I'm trying to be kind with myself, be gentle with myself, but also push myself, you know? Maybe that's my coaching style. Gentle pushes. I don't know. I'm gonna add the cabbage now. And there's cabbage. A little bit of salt. So, on that note, I will talk about something that has been beneficial or helpful lately. Use this. Which is actually a very long story that probably needs a video on its own. But first, so my brain is naturally all over the place. I'll lead into where this is going. But what am I saying with this? See, this is real me, just all the time. Let's talk about what I was going to talk about. So, on this note, long story short, I was recently diagnosed with ADD, which is kind of funny because it's like not something anyone around me would suspect, right? I'm not necessarily like hyperactive on the outside. I wasn't a disruptive kid in class, that sort of thing. I was very shy, I was very quiet, I was very withdrawn. And along with having anxiety, it can be kind of hard to catch if someone has ADD. But since I am so introverted, you know, I internalize everything, that my ADD actually didn't show outwardly because it was all in my brain. My brain was very noisy, so not only did I have anxiety on top of ADD, I had anxiety that was just spinning in my head constantly, like was really, really loud, and I couldn't sort out why I was anxious. I couldn't focus on one thing at a time. It was just really noisy, which essentially made it really, really hard for me to actually work on anxiety because I couldn't sort out what I was anxious about. I couldn't cope because I couldn't sort it out. I couldn't tell myself what was real. I couldn't tell myself what wasn't real. I mean, sometimes I could, but it was just incredibly hard. So on that note, my doctor is super attentive, and she kind of caught on to some things and decided to start, trying to treat me for ADD to see if that helped. Yo, like, fucking magical. Can I just say that? Like, it's been amazing. I feel like all of these years, my brain has been so loud, I just have not known the difference. And then I started medication for ADD, and my brain got quiet. And I just was like, is this what brains are supposed to be like? It was night and day, like, and I couldn't believe it. So that is the newest thing that has come to the forefront of my life. And it's really helped me, even with my anxiety, to help sort it out, to focus on what is making me anxious, to focus on the coping skills that I have learned, that I do know but haven't really been able to apply, and just focus at the task at hand and not thinking about a million and one things at once, not being able to sort it out. So that has been absolutely amazing. If you are someone who is quiet and introverted and anxious and you have a storm in your brain, it might be something to consider as a possibility. I mean, everyone's different, but, Okay, so I am going to add the garlic now. Now we got garlic up in this goodness. So back to the subject of not feeling enough, because I'm basically sucking at everything right now, because I'm trying new things, I'm trying to push myself. Even when it comes to the content of these YouTube videos of my channel, I've been really struggling with, putting out what I want to put out and making the content that I want to create moving forward. Because obviously, a lot of people came to this channel for phalloplasty information, but that phase of my life is mostly past, mostly over, and I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward to competing again, to living life, being a personal trainer, fitness, nutrition, like everything outside of, my past few years of transition. So, like, this is just me. This is who I am. And so, I want to put out the content that I want to make, and it's hard because I know a lot of people did not come to this channel for that. And, it shows, if I talk about phalloplasty, the views are going to be up. If I do content like this, like, they're going to be down. But this is the stuff that I really enjoy making. So I'm trying just to not listen to the whole, like, not enough thing, and make the content that makes me happy, and kind of just follow what I'm passionate about, because it makes me happy. I'm going to add cilantro now. And ultimately, sometimes I don't know what I want to do. All I know is that I want to help people, and I want to inspire people. And I don't always know what that is going to look like, what path that takes. But I do know that, so I want to do whatever it is I can to help people. And right now, that's showing people how to cook, showing people how to exercise, how to follow through in your goals, and how to do the hard things, like how I'm trying to do right now. So, on that note, time to add the turkey. basically just warming it up now. You can see that. And that is it. I'm gonna stop rambling. You're probably not even watching anymore. You're like, yeah, this guy's really boring. Great, awesome. But you know what? That's okay. Hope I'm boring enough for you. Alright, yeah. I'll stop talking now. Alright, so here is dinner. And anytime you want to just like fancy something up, just add a little garnish on top, like so. So there we go. Basically leftovers, but they look pretty for leftovers, right? Anyways, I'm gonna end the vlog here because this video is probably already like 25 minutes long and you're like, wow, really tired of seeing this guy's face and hearing him ramble, which if you are, I don't know why you're watching still. But if this content is at all helpful for you, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you want to see me compete again on the bodybuilding stage, this is my journey. This is my journey back to that. And I keep saying that, but I'm gonna just keep saying that. It's probably more for me than anything. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you next time.